For anyone that's ever put an aftermarket radio in a GM vehicle, particularly Buicks and some Cadillacs, one of the kind of annoying things that happens is you lose the ability to dim the climate control display here. The backlighting will still come on, but this is completely undimmable. And that's because it is completely controlled by, at least in Buicks, the radio itself. The original Delco radio has the output to tell this VFL display to dim. Some Cadillacs actually get it off the climate control, or not the instrument cluster, like the Fleetwood in particular. This is out of a Roadmaster. Um, this also applies to like some probably Oldsmobiles and a few other vehicles that use a digital climate control like this. So, how it works is the radio puts out a pulse width modulated signal, and using that signal is what tells this thing how much to dim. So the way I've read online, people have done it is like gutting a Delco radio and stuffing the board in the dash somewhere or something. Have the old radio in the trunk hooked up with wiring, and it's a mess. So what I found was these little boards. I got this off Amazon. A 2-pack of these was actually $10. So this is a part here. I have one more left in here. And what this is a PWM generator. And this one's actually a 3-channel, which is overkill, but for the price, I'm not going to complain. And what I've got going on here is, on the left side here, you have the VIN plus and minus. That's voltage in and plus and minus. And so I have that hooked in to the power coming in off of this computer power supply, which is 12 volts like the car. So positive is hooked up to positive, negative is hooked up to the ground. When I actually put this in the vehicle, I'm going to get this thing's positive power off of the dimmer circuit, because this has a 3 or 5 volt to 30 volt range. So, if you hook this up to ignition on, this is always going to dim when the car is on. So, you'll get a signal from the lighting circuit. This board will turn on, and it'll only work then. So on the other side here, we have the PWM outputs. There's 3 of them, so I'm using number 1. The GND is ground, and I have that tied in with the common ground over here. And then I have this PWM1 here, it's going to be this white wire to the back of the climate control to the PWM dimmer circuit, which is this purple wire. Sorry, the yellow wire here. So that goes to this purple wire, and I think it's purple on most GM vehicles, but look at the diagram. And so, when I apply power to this thing, lights up, power's on, and this display is now dimmed. Disconnect that, it goes full brightness. And you can kind of see the pulsing on the camera. At least it's showing up like that on my phone. So now on this thing, these are all variable settings. The frequency, it seems like anything below 30 hertz, this thing flickers like crazy. So 100 up, it didn't seem to matter where it was at. It was happy, so I'm just going to leave it at 100. And they actually changed the dim on this, the dim level. The duty cycle has to be changed. So this is at 176. Oh, this is probably 76%. So if I adjust that, see, when I get to the higher up the duty cycle, the dimmer it gets. So now I'll go backwards, and the less duty cycle, so I'm at 0, and now it's at full brightness again. And it starts to dim more. So, and this thing actually, nice enough, actually has memory. So if I pull the power off of it and reapply it, it stays at, let's say, this 74%. So once I figure out what a comfortable level is, all I gotta do is hook this up to the lighting circuit for power and problem should be solved. So I hope that helps someone, because I saw a lot of threads online of people trying to find a way around this, putting an aftermarket radio in, because believe it or not, this thing is blinding in the dark with it on full brightness. It gets annoying. So it's be one little nice thing do to the car, make it a little more enjoyable. So again, these were found on Amazon. I looked up PWM generator. There were a lot of them. They all looked the same. This was the cheapest one, so I bought it. So this works out to $5 each of these things. And as far as location, I'm probably just gonna. I gotta see once I get in the car how much space I have. This is a spare unit. I'll probably just end up sticking it right to the top, or maybe even sticking inside of it. I don't know. Once I figure out what level I want it at. So, that's that. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful. All right.